Hey guys, welcome back. And today we have a very special guest. We have Broshmo joining us today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure thing. What's crackalackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. I do a lot of draft stuff, and tis the season. You can check out my YouTube channel at Broshmo.
I will have all of his stuff linked down in the description. Tag him in this video as well. It's a huge honor to get to have him on here. So he will be having the odd picks. I will be having the even picks. This is a 2-round mock draft, no trades at all. And I'm really looking forward to this one. So, Broshmo, you have the number 1 overall pick with the Carolina Panthers. And where do you think they're going to go here?
So is it what I think they're gonna do, or am I just gonna go willy-nilly? This is who I would take.
Let's just go with who we would take here.
Perfect. It's Bryce Young, 100%.
I
9
knew
times
that.
out of 10, dude. He's the best passer in this class. Poise, how he maneuvers the pocket, how he processes the field. No one does it quicker. No one does it better. Case
Yeah,
closed.
it is very close between Bryce and CJ Stroud. He does see the field better than anyone. And it's pretty easy, these first 2 picks. Whoever doesn't go number 1, I think is going to go number 2. So CJ Stroud's going to be the pick here. He's had a fantastic pre-draft process, both at the combine and his pro day. He's been absolutely killing it. Sees the field well, good arm, good size. I love CJ Stroud. And I think he would be great for D'Amico Ryans to kind of start his franchise with here at number 2.
Arizona Cardinals, likely, or at least ideally, they want to trade down. We're not doing that. So they're stuck picking this. So get the best non-quarterback prospect in this class without off-field concerns. Because I think Jalen Carter is that guy,
I agree.
best non-quarterback. But we're going to go with Will Anderson. They invested, 2 picks last year in Myjah Sanders, Cameron Thomas. That's not stopping me. Get the best defender in this class.
Yeah, their defensive line is really not good. They have so many holes on this defense. They just need to get the best player available and move on. And I think it would be Jalen Carter if we didn't have the off the field concerns. And unfortunately, there are major concerns there. So now we got my Colts here at number 4. And this is now becoming one of the hardest picks to make. For a while, this one was pretty chalk. It was Anthony Richardson. Everyone was talking about it. But today, Jeremy Fowler said that the Colts might be interested in Will Levis. I feel like that's a smokescreen to try and make someone else trade up. I have no idea. There's the Lamar Jackson rumors, so I've seen edge mocked here quite a bit. It's not going to change for me, though. I am going to take Anthony Richardson. I like Will Levis, but the upside of Anthony Richardson is just too great. The arm talent, the speed, the size, he's got everything you look for, and he fits Shane Steichen's offense to perfection. RPOs with Richardson and Taylor would be electric. It's going to take him a little bit to reach his full potential. While I think Levis could come in, be a day 1 immediate impact starter, I think Richardson, the upside's too great to pass on here at 4.
See, if you didn't take Richardson there, I would have taken him for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Full disclosure. Take that swing. Take that swing. With that being said, take that swing. I'm going to take Jalen Carter. I know people were like, "Oh no, they don't want to take guys who have concerns anymore. They're done with doing that." It's like Jalen Carter is the best player in this draft. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to take a swing, you got 2 first-round picks. Take that swing. You got Draymond Jones. Thank you. Jaron Reed, but freaking Jalen Carter, you could put him closer to the nose. You could move him around. The dude is just freaking amazing, dude. You're not going to find a guy with quicker feet. He's explosive. Just get good talent.
I love Jalen Carter. He is my number 1 player on my board. I think he's a fantastic player. And I really like his fit in Seattle. I know we have the off the field concerns, but the teammates love him. And you have 2 or 3 years of tape to go off of where this guy was dominating on the defensive line for Georgia. So I love that pick for Seattle. At number 6, this one's a little interesting. I think it's probably going to be a corner. I know they got Emmanuel Mosley. They brought in Cameron Sutton. They made some moves. Jeff Okudah's on a 1-year deal. Emmanuel Mosley's on a 1-year deal. I think you go get some young talent. And I think it's going to be Christian Gonzalez. The size, the physicality there. He's been fantastic. I think he fits this defense really well. And I think he could be a really good corner for the Detroit Lions.
Dang, dude. That's who I wanted to take. But I think I'll just stick with corner for the Raiders. I'll go with Devon Witherspoon. I don't think they're too far apart.
Yeah.
I mean, hey man, the Raiders get to tap that Illinois well once again. I mean, it
Mhm.
worked well with Nate Hobbs. You get Devon Witherspoon in there.
I love Devon Witherspoon. He's personally my CB1. I think he's fantastic. I just think the size for Gonzalez will probably make him go higher, but I love Devon Witherspoon. Great pick for the Raiders. Then we got the Falcons at 8. Now, that's one I think I'm going to surprise you on where I'm going to go with this. The Falcons, they did bring in a new defensive coordinator. They have run a 3-4 for a while. I don't know if they're going to change schemes, but if they do, I think you could get a guy who could play that outside linebacker position, who's had a fantastic pre-draft process. Tyree Wilson has the injury. I don't really know what his status is going to be. I'm going to take Nolan Smith here,
Oh, okay.
Atlanta Falcons. I think this is a little bit higher than I've seen him go. I was talking to my good friend, the mock draft guy. He was saying he thinks that this would be a fantastic pick for the Falcons. I really like the move here. Play him on the edge, keep him in Georgia. I think it's a really solid pick for the Falcons.
See, I'm not against that. I actually like that as well. Like, I thought when you said outside linebacker, I was like, oh, don't tell me you're going with the linebackers in this class.
No,
But no, dude, I love that edge rush, dude. You get one of the most explosive guys here. Okay, my heart dropped for a second.
too early for a linebacker.
A wee bit early. All right, so Chicago Bears. I think I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna take Tyree Wilson.
Yeah.
This is a team that really didn't address the defensive line. I think they're going to have to. Honestly, Wilson kind of feels like an Eberflus guy. He's got that versatility to be able to kick inside on passing downs. The foot kept him out of workouts, but it's like I think it's fine. Like I don't think it's going to change much, if anything. I don't think it knocks him out of the top, let's say 15. Like top 10, it could happen, but top 15, nah, this guy's going to be gone. The production's just too much. Too much.
I don't see him make. If he was on the board here at 10, I would take him here. I don't think he makes it past the Eagles at 10 personally. Then we have the Eagles at 10. This is a tough pick for me. I really struggle with this first Eagles pick a lot, actually. They brought back some of their corners, so I don't know that they want to bring back Joey Porter or bring in a guy like Joey Porter Jr. Obviously, a lot of offensive line talk that maybe they could keep a strength, but I'm going to go with your guy. I think I'm going to take Myles Murphy here. I think he's a great fit for this Eagles defense. And I think I really like him in Philly. Kind of keeps that edge rush where obviously they got some aging guys on that defensive line. I like Myles Murphy here.
I like Myles Murphy too. All right. I think this one is, dude, it's a tight ends. For right now, Derrick Henry is the engine of the offense. If he gets traded, okay, yeah, this pick dramatically changes. I'm going to take Paris Johnson. Andre Dillard, if things don't work out with him at tackle, even though they kind of paid him like he would, then they could kick Dillard inside. You could move Nicholas Petit-Frere to guard. I thought he might possibly translate better at guard anyway. So they got that left guard open in. You could put Paris Johnson on the right side. He has experience on the right side, right guard, granted, but still, I imagine it'll be better at tackle regardless. So I'm going to go with him here.
I like Paris Johnson a lot. Great tackle. This is another pick here. I know this is something you say. You firmly believe the Texans are going to go with a defensive line guy here at 12. And I'm going to agree. I think Lucas Van Ness is like the perfect D'Amico Ryans type guy, a young, powerful edge rusher, a lot of upside. So I'm going to take him here. I think D'Amico Ryans could really do some things with Lucas Van Ness. Fits the defense well. He's going to be my selection here at 12.
All right. New York Jets. I think it just makes too much sense to take Peter Skoronski. Get that flexible guy that can play all 5 spots. Potentially have him come in. If you don't feel good about Max Mitchell, bam, cool. He's right tackle. If Mekhi Becton or Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne
Brown.
Didn't Dwayne Brown retire? I could have sworn he retired.
Maybe you could look that up as I talk.
That's what I'm going to do.
You could play him at left or shoot. Maybe if you want to move Elijah Vera Tucker out there, you could do that. You know that he did well last year there, and you can move Skoronski to guard. If they don't finalize anything with Ben Jones, you could play Skoronski at center. Actually, my comp for Skoronski was Elijah Vera Tucker. So,
yeah, Skoronski's my favorite tackle in this class. Obviously, I think he will be moved to guard. He's so good. I love him. At 14, this is a really interesting pick for the Patriots. I really struggle with this pick. This is one of the tougher ones. I don't hate Brian Branch here. I don't think I'm going to make that move, But Jabril Peppers, you just had McCourty retire. I think you kind of have a hole at safety. They could use a nickel corner like Brian Branch, so I don't hate that fit too much. Could go with Joey Porter, add some size to this cornerback room, but I think I'm going to take Broderick Jones, kind of continue the trend on tackles coming off the board here. He needs some help at right tackle. They still haven't brought back Isaiah Wynn. I don't think they're going to bring him back. I think he could play right tackle, have some upside to move over to left tackle later in his career. So I like Broderick Jones a lot to the Patriots.
Yeah, this Will Levis slide is fun. And it's gonna keep
Yeah.
going. This is what I would do. I love Jackson Smith and the Jigba. I think he kind of completes what they want to do at the corner position. He gives you that middle of the field threat they kind of like lack. As you got Dubs and Watson, those are guys that are going to consistently win on the outside, or at least you hope can consistently win on the outside. Just add to that beautiful trio, get a fair evaluation of Jordan Love.
How amazing would it be after all these years, they finally trade Aaron Rodgers and then their first pick in the post Aaron Rodgers era is a wide receiver?
Yeah, it's
That
not
would
going
be
to
the
happen,
funniest
but
thing. It won't happen. But then we got the Commanders here. I've messed around with a few names here. I know Dalton Kincaid. I like Osiris Torrance here. I think it might be a little early if they trade back. I think Osiris Torrance would be perfect for Washington. But after this year, they only have one corner on the roster. You got to get some guys in this secondary. And that's Joey Porter Jr. for me. Fantastic corner, physical, great size. The comp for Sauce Gardner has gone around due to his similar size wingspan. I love Joey Porter. Washington needs some help in that secondary, and I'm going to make that move here at 16.
all right, I'm going to try to big brain this a little bit because I know what I want for Pittsburgh, but I'm going to hope that it might be available with that first pick. So I'm going to go with Deonte Banks, guy that's kind of had this big rise. I'm not like in love with Deonte Banks because I think there are times he's just not tuned in and he takes plays off. But in terms of athleticism, he's exactly what I think Tomlin would want for them defensively. So
Yeah, I like that pick. This is a fun one. There's a number of guys I really like here. I like Quentin Johnston here a lot. I know you did this in your
love
most
it.
recent mock.
I
I,
love
I
it.
love that fit with Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That'd be a really good trio. But I think I'm going to take Bijan Robinson here. DeAndre Swift, they've said they don't really see as part of their future plans. They brought in David Montgomery. I like that pickup. I think this is a really good pickup. He's the best player on the board here. The Lions, deep edge class. They can make some more moves down in the second round where they've got 2 seconds. I'm going to take Bijan here at 18.
All right. Well, this is Will Levis. There ain't no way that Baker Mayfield's going to save Todd Bowles' job. Go ahead, get a young quarterback that you can be like, hey, this is our franchise guy moving forward. This is a team that's got a lot of talent on it. So like, just like they don't really need a rebuild. They could just try to just turn this around. And Will Levis gives them that mobility that they kind of neglected with Brady, and kind of allows the offensive line to be imperfect.
Yeah, that's the pick I would have made as well. I mean, I don't think in the actual draft, I think someone's going to trade up and get Levis, whether that's the Vikings or somebody like that. I don't see any way he's on the board here at 19, but just the way the board fell, great pickup for Tampa. I think I'm higher on Levis than the consensus, but I like that pickup for them. At number 20, the Seattle Seahawks. This is another tough pick for me. I think they do go receiver here. I think Zay Flowers is the guy, though. We need some speed there in the slot. Uh, Maybe you move Lockett. I don't really know. The receiver room, they just need some speed, and I like Zay Flowers here a lot.
Man, that's wild. I was kind of hoping he'd be there for the Chargers,
Yeah.
and he is not. Oh man, this makes this Chargers pick kind of difficult because Quentin Johnson, as much as I love him, I think they really need speed. Not say
100%.
Johnson's slow or anything. It's just he's not the type of speed that they need. Which makes me want to go elsewhere now. Kellen Moore loves his tight ends. Kincaid, I'm kind of curious. Like I wish he tested out
Yeah.
to kind of confirm what his speed is. So I don't know if I want to go there with it. Any other like can I go defense? Like Oh, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about defense. Brian Brazil looks kind of juicy here too. Or do I just go maybe go defensive line where there might be a meteor guy available for me in round 2? The corner class, I'm not touching the corner class right now. That'll look good in round 2 too. I guess I'll go Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, I like
Kellen
that
Moore
pick.
loves his tight ends.
I like that pick a lot. I mean, yeah, we didn't get to see the speed, but I mean, we got the tape to go off of. He's a great athlete. They don't, Kellen Moore, I don't really know how much they're going to run the ball because I'm really unsure what's going to happen with Eckler. And that kind of works because it's an air raid offense. Kincaid, his primary strength is his receiving ability. I like his
Former
fit here with the
receiver.
Chargers. Yeah, I like that pick a lot for the Chargers, actually. At 22, the Ravens, I'm not going to think about this one. It's Quentin Johnston. I think he's
Yes,
the
set
best
it in.
receiver on the board. You need some weapons on the outside. I like Bateman. He can't stay healthy. I think Duvernay is more of like a gadget player, can kind of move around the field. Johnston, great size, great speed, good hands. I think Johnston's the pick here. A no-brainer for me.
Yep. All right. So the Vikings pick's kind of tough. I'd love Brian Branch here if Byron Murphy, if I wasn't so unsure what his role in the defense is going to be, because isn't like a good match for what we anticipate Brian Flores to do
Yeah.
scheme wise. So instead, I'm gonna go with a penetrator in the interior, and I'm gonna go with my boy Eddie Tamiwa Adibari.
Oh, wow. I was
Yeah,
a little bit higher than I thought. I was hoping he would be on the board there for Kansas City. I just did a breakdown of this guy. Aditame was really good. I think this is a really good pick. Definitely could be a nice piece on that interior or play off the edge. But like you've said a million times, he's more of an
yeah.
interior defensive guy. I like that
Especially
for the
with
Vikings.
Zadarius now probably being traded.
Yeah.
It kind of like Zadarius is another guy that was very versatile. That they could throw Adibari, like put his hand in the dirt and like he went off at the Senior Bowl. Like even Jim Nagy's like going to bat for this cat as a first rounder. So
Yeah, I'm a big Adi Tamiwa guy. You kind of put me on to him. I went and did a whole eval, did a video on that earlier. He's a really good player. I think he is going to go in round 1, and I like that fit to the Vikings. At 24, it's the Jags, and this is a no-brainer. It's Brian Branch. They need a
yeah,
guy just like this, a guy who can play a little bit of slot corner, safety. Even with some of their safeties, they don't have great depth there. I think Branch is the perfect fit for this Jacksonville defense. So that's going to be the selection for me here.
all right, Brian Debo or Duball. Great with names, I promise. He loves his route runners, man. He really does. Jordan Addison hasn't had the ideal offseason draft process, but he might be one of, if not the best route runner in this class. So I think
100%.
Coach Brian there would love to add that to his receiving core.
Yep, I like that pick a lot. I don't like this pick, though. I,
Yeah.
I hate this Cowboys pick. I really have messed around with the idea of Jahmyr Gibbs here so many times because now that Kellen Moore is gone, they might want to use their running backs a little bit more. I don't know what's going to happen with Tony Pollard. He's only on a 1-year deal. They brought in Ronald Jones. I'm not wowed by Ronald Jones being a number 2 back. Corner, I like this corner class a lot. Cam Smith is one of my guys in this class. I absolutely love him. You could go with an interior offensive line guy. Osiris Torrance is on the board. I'm going to take my guy Cam Smith here. Just call it a day. I don't want to overthink this pick. I like Cam Smith, more of a zone guy. But even with Gilmore's getting up there in age. You need some more help in that secondary. I think Cam Smith provides that for the Cowboys. That's where I'm going to go here at 26.
Very nice. All right. So Buffalo Bills. I'm not going to overthink this one either. Spencer Brown, like that offensive line needs to get better for Josh Allen.
Yep.
And even for the run game. I really think they're going to probably bring in Zeke. Like, I don't know why. I just have a good feeling that's going to happen. And I think they're going to probably fall in love with a guy like DeJuan Jones and have him be that replacement for Spencer Brown.
I like that pick a lot. DeJuan Jones, a lot of upside. I think that's a solid pick for them. For the Bengals, I'm not going to overthink this. Probably the best right tackle in this entire class, and that's Darnell Wright. fits what the Bengals want to do. La'el Collins, I don't really know what's going to happen with him. I think the Bengals need some help on that offensive line. You got Orlando Brown on the right side, or on the left side, excuse me. Darnell Wright could play on the right side. I think you got a nice bookend tackles there. So 28 Bengals, Darnell Wright.
All right. Run the pick in. Brian Brazee going to the Saints. This is exceptional value on a guy that's best football is likely ahead of him. Their interior is not good, and this fits.
Yeah, I'm a little bit higher on Kalijah Cansey. I know the size, the arm length, a little bit concerning for a guy, but I'm not mad at the Brian Brzee pick. At 30, the Eagles, I just don't like picking for the Eagles. And I've got all three of their picks today. I think I'm going to go with Osiris Torrance here. Keep a strength to strength, probably the best interior offensive line guy on the board. For him to still be here at 30, I think is really good value. I like the pick here for the Eagles.
All right, Kansas City. This one's a bit tougher. Yeah, it is. Part of me it really wants Juwan Taylor to play right tackle.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to go with Anton Harrison. I want keep Taylor over there at right tackle. He's very good pass protector, and Anton Harrison. I think in terms of pass protection, he is ready to play. So suddenly that offensive line it's great. It's great.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. Then we got the Steelers here at 32. With Kalijah Cansey still on the board, they need some help on the interior. I think I'm going to take Kalijah Cansey here. Keep the Pitt kid in Pittsburgh again, just like they did with Pickett last year. I'm going to take him here at 32.
This is tough. This is tough, but is it tough? Oh man, all that interior talent just flew off the board.
Yeah,
I would love to go D-line here. I think I'm gonna go with Felix Anudike Uzama. Kind of get your edges there. Lucas Van Ness, regardless. The dude played 3-tech in 2021. So he's got that flexibility. And I mean, you're just shoring up the edge. And I mean, dude, D'Amico Ryans comes from a freaking defense that loves depth on the defensive line. So it works.
Yeah, I like that pick. Then we got the Cardinals here. I would love to take tackle here because their offensive line is horrible, but
it is.
I think it's a little too early for Matthew Bergeron. I don't know that. I mean, I don't know. Do I go Steve Avila, John Michael Schmitz? I like Joe Tippmann. I think it's a little early for them. Is it though? This is a tough one. They also need secondary help pretty badly. I think I'm going to take Emmanuel Forbes here. A little bit undersized. I know he's got a very small frame, but they just need some help. He had SEC battle tested corner. Interception numbers were high, really good in coverage. I like Forbes here to Arizona. I think you could still get some nice offensive line depth there in round 3. But round 2 here, I like Emmanuel Forbes.
Okay, the Colts, let's see. We took Richardson, and I think I'm just going to try to improve that offensive line just because that's how the board fell. I'm going to go with Steve Avila. Have him play right tackle. Will Freeze is terrible.
I think Will Freeze went to San Francisco. Thank God. I'm so glad.
Did he? Okay, so it's totally who do the Colts got going on? What do they got?
I don't know. That right guard position is a mess. I like Steve Avila though. I believe Will Freeze went to San Francisco. Let me double check.
He's still here. He's still here.
They lost one of their guys to San Francisco on the right side.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I guess he's on the roster.
They still got Peitner.
Yeah,
I mean, regardless.
No, they're regardless. All right, 36 here. The Rams. I think you got to go edge rush here. For me, that's Keon White. I'm pretty high on him. Another guy with some inside-outside versatility. I think he's got good size, good speed off the edge. I like Keon White here to the Rams.
Wow, there you are. Keon White. All right. We got the Freaking Seahawks. What do I want to do? Let's see. There's a lot of good edge talent, but I feel like I could just keep pushing that off, especially
Yeah.
with the amount of depth that the Seahawks have. They just don't have a guy. They don't have the guy at edge.
Yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
think I'm gonna go with probably one of the centers. I'll go with John Michael Schmitz.
I
It's kind
love
of that
John
next
Michael
guy.
Smith.
Yeah, just brings
I
that consistency.
Yeah, 100%. I really like that pick. For the Raiders here, this is another tough pick. Took Devon Witherspoon earlier. You could go offensive line help, maybe go with a Joe Tippmann here. You could go with an edge rusher. I think I'm going to take I'm going to take Keanu Benton actually out of Wisconsin. Their interior, their defensive line was not good last year. Just kind of get some depth in that interior. So I like his fit here with the Raiders. I'm going to take him here at 38.
Okie doke. I'm just gonna keep getting guys that just like fly. Pair up with Brian Burns. Question is, Will McDonald or BJ Ojolari? Take a quick look here, and oh man, it's tough. I think I'm gonna go with Will McDonald.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. The Saints here at 40. I mean, you still got Hyatt and Downs still on the board. I think you got to take one of these guys. I think I like Jalen Hyatt here. Some speed on that outside. I think that's kind of exactly what they need at a wide receiver position. I'm going to take Jalen Hyatt here.
Oh man, I was really considering Hyatt for this Tennessee pick. Which does this mean I steer? No, I'm not gonna steer away. I'm gonna stick with receiver. I'm gonna go Josh Downs. This dude's a filthy route runner, just twitched up athlete. Even
Yeah.
if that means playing the slot. I mean, Tennessee's fortunate enough not to have good receiving talent. So
Yeah. We've got the Jets here at 42 and 43. One of these picks is going to Green Bay. I'm fully convinced. But for the sake of this, they got two picks here. I think with the first one, I mean, I'm going to take a linebacker here. I like Jack Campbell a lot. They weren't able to bring back Quan Alexander. They brought back Quincy Williams, but kind of keeping that linebacker core strong. I like Jack Campbell here at 42.
perfect. I'm just gonna take Michael Mayer and call it a day with the back-to-back picks for the Jets. Get them. I know people will be like, "Oh man, Uzuma. Oh man, Conklin." And it's like, "Oh man, neither of those guys are all that good. It's not going to stop me from taking a very good blocking tight end that could be a good security blanket for what they hope is Aaron Rodgers."
Yeah, absolutely. I like that pick. The Falcons here at 44. We passed on corner earlier. It's like such a good corner class.
Yeah.
I think they'll double down on Georgia guys. I mean, if Ringo falls this far to 44, I think you kind of have to take him, even if he does move over to safety at the next level. I like Ringo. I think he works here at 44 for the Falcons.
All right. This one's very interesting for the Packers. I think I'm going to stick with what I did for them and get Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
Get their Mercedes Lewis, so to speak, that really good run blocker. That he's not exactly very dynamic as a receiver, but I think he provides enough, and you'll get a very true evaluation of Jordan Love.
Agreed. So they doubled down on skill positions. That would be very interesting draft for the Packers. 46, we got the Pats. I mean, BJ Ojolari still on the board. I think that's good value here at 46. I like Tyreek Stevenson here. Again, similar to Ringo, I think he might work better as a safety at the next level. Um, Interesting picks here. I don't think you go with Mozzie Smith. I'm going to take Tyreek Stevenson, I think, here to the Patriots at 46.
Stevenson's a good pick. I'm going to go Luke Musgrave for Washington. Get them that tight end that I think Eric Benamy would love to have as a receiving threat.
I
And
love. Go
oh,
ahead.
go
Sorry.
on. No, you're good.
I was gonna say I love Luke Musgrave. Just did a little bit more evaluation on him. If he can stay on the field, I think he could be a really good tight end. Obviously, needs to improve as a blocker from time to time. Consistency issues there, but Musgrave's a really good pick for the Commanders here at 47.
Good.
At at 48, the Detroit Lions. I mean, B.J. Ojolari, easy pick. Speed rusher on the opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson. I'm not going to think twice about that one.
Okay, so with the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is where I'm going to take Matthew Bergeron.
Yeah.
I think he's got the mindset, the physicality to play that Steelers offensive line. I don't like their tackle positions. I don't like either tackle. I wasn't a big fan of Dan Moore, though he has been surprising the last 2 years. Doesn't mean that he's that good.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Bergeron there. At 50, I'm going to take Drew Sanders here. I think they could use a linebacker. Levante David getting up there in age, just kind of drafting a guy. Don't love Clark Phillips. I think he's really undersized, maybe a little early for Brents. I like Drew Sanders here at 50. I think that's good value.
Oh man, I really screwed myself with the Dolphins because I would love a tackle and I wouldn't mind a tight end, and neither are here. That's just freaking great.
Too early? You think it's too early for Sam Laporta?
I don't love him as a fit for the Dolphins. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he's a great receiving threat, man, but the ball skills are, and he's a blocker you have to put in motion. So not great, not ideal. Let's see what else we got to work with here. Oh man, so there's Mozzie. I could go. Well, we just picked up David Long, so I'm not looking at linebacker. Ooh, I don't think I want to go corner with the Jalen Ramsey investment. It's kind of sucky that running back's kind of like one of the best positions on the board here, but oh man, I could do Joe Tippmann would be good in this offense, and it allows McGovern to kick back out to guard. But I don't think he has to because I actually kind of liked Robert Jones last year. But I think I'm going to go with Tippmann. I just think that might be the best play to stick with offensive line in general.
Yeah. Don't hate that one. Why, just out of curiosity, what do you not like about Jahmyr Gibbs here at 51?
Running back. Mike McDaniel has made a living off of making day three guys and journeymen look like, hey, this is a very good running back core. You don't need to invest in running back when you have such greater needs at more valuable positions. Like that offensive line, if you could shore that offensive line up, then your running backs are going to be fine. Whoever you take in the 6th, 7th round, they're going to be fine. It's a good running back class. So, and they brought back Mostert and oh gosh, why can't I think of the other guy? Wilson. There we go.
Yeah. Just curious because I usually take Jahmyr Gibbs there, but you make a good case there. 52 with the Seahawks. I'd like linebacker, but after they brought in Bobby Wagner, I think it's less of a need. But they still haven't addressed edge. I'll go Isaiah Foskey here. I like Foskey. Had a pretty solid season at Notre Dame. I think he's kind of gotten lost in the deep edge talent here, but they need some more edge rushers as we've mentioned throughout the video, and I like the pick here at 52.
Yeah. This one I'm gonna keep with the defensive line. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mozzie Smith. I'm sure freaking Eberflus would love a guy that's very similar to Grover Stewart on his defensive line, and Mozzie can be that and more potentially.
Yeah, I agree. Here we are at 54 with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think I'm going to take Tuli Tuipulotu. I butchered that name. I'm fully aware, but I think they could use some space eaters in the middle. I know he was a little slimmer at the combine than
He
his
was a lot
ideal.
slimmer, like 30, almost 30 pounds slimmer.
Yeah, that's a little bit concerning, but good production at USC, and they need some help on the interior of that defensive line. So I think it's worth the gamble here at 54.
All right, this is an interesting spot to be in. Staring down, I think I actually like how. Ooh! I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm trying to talk myself out of Hendon Hooker, and I think I'm going to. I'm going to go with Dion Henley. Get
I like
them
that pick.
because freaking Alex Anzalone, he's the middest of mid. Go ahead and get someone with great upside. I love freaking Henley, man. This guy's played linebacker for the last 3 seasons after being a former receiver. He's got legit ball skills. There we go. There's the word. So yeah, and he's a very good tackler despite being new to the position or relatively new to the position.
Yeah, I'm pretty high on Henley as well. I like that as they need some linebacker help. The Jaguars, I think corner's less of a need now that we took them. Brian Branch, I think he can kind of slide into the corner. Uh, I'm probably, I don't love any of the edge rushers on the board. I don't love any of the interior guys. I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take Sam Laporta here just because Evan Ingram's on a 1-year deal. Just getting a safety blanket for Trevor Lawrence, but also as a guy who could come in as a starter next year just in case Evan Ingram does decide to go. I'm going to take him here at 56.
Sweet. All right. I think I'm gonna take for the Giants. I'm gonna take Luke Whippler, have him come in, be my center. And hopefully you feel like you've completed that offensive line with what didn't they who do they got going on the offensive line? Andrew Thomas, Evan Neal. They brought back, well, they didn't bring back, but they still have Mark Lewinsky and they drafted the last year, the rookie out of North Carolina. So yeah,
Yeah.
this kind of completes the line.
Yeah, I like that pick at 57. I I considered Gibbs at 26, but I'm going to take Gibbs here at 58. He falls down here. That's incredible value for a really good receiving back. They need some running back help with Pollard being on the franchise tag. I think he's got a lot of upside as a receiver, good runner as well at Alabama. For him to be on the board here at 58, I think is worth it.
Ooh, so I'm thinking Trenton Simpson initially. It's where I'm initially at with this pick. Problem is, man, do you just pray that that guy ends up like Tremaine Edmonds? To be fair, Tremaine Edmonds only really had last year as a
Yeah,
good season for him. I think you do. I think you take that shot. I'm going to take Trenton Simpson.
I like that one as well. For the Bengals, I think they would absolutely love to take a tight end. I think it's too early for Tucker Craft. Corner, some nice talents on the board here. I might go corner. I like Cody Mock. Not gonna take him here though. I've messed around with the idea of Sidney Brown here quite a bit though. I love Sidney Brown. I think he's a really solid option. And the Bengals, they brought in, keep spacing on the name, from LA, Nick
Nick
Scott.
Scott.
I don't think he's your long-term solution there. I like Daxton Hill. Investing 2 years in a row, high draft picks and safeties, I don't think I'm going to do, though. I'm going to take Julius Brents here.
Son of a gun, dude. Really?
He's been fantastic in his pre-draft process. I think he fits what they want to do, and I like Julius Brents a lot.
I do too. He was my pick for the
My
Bears.
bad.
You're good, dude. You're good. Oh man, no. Like I was really excited to take Prince there and be like, man, this is like a defensive overhaul.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't think Cody Mock's the guy for this offense.
Yeah.
Cody Mock's more of an outside zone guy. I don't think this is a team that's going to be. I mean, they could, but like Mock, I feel like it's more of a project. Which, at that point, then like offensive line's just off the table. There's no one I want to touch there at this pick. Could try to go with Carl Brooks. The other corners here I'm looking at, I'm not gonna get Garrett Williams or Phillips. Oh man,
I'm really high on Garrett Williams. I think he's not getting enough love in this class.
yeah, it's because of the ACL,
Yeah,
unfortunately, with him. Oh man, you really screwed me, bud.
my bad.
It's okay. It's the nature of the draft. Now I'm kind of I'm starting to maybe consider guys that they're not technically reaches, but oh man. All right. Follow me. Follow me.
I'm listening.
Take my hand and come with me. Chase Claypool's not going to be brought back. So you're
Agreed.
losing that size out there. In terms of who, I know they got DJ Moore, that everyone and their mom knows that. Mooney, I think, is in a contract year,
Yeah.
I believe. And I mean, as far as what else they have a receiver, I believe it's filler. And is in fact, I know they got Zayless Jones, but okay, come on.
Yeah. No.
I don't mind risking the biscuit on Michael Wilson here.
Oh, I love that pick. I love that pick.
Yeah, dude's got one of the best release packages in this class, as long as he can stay healthy. Like
Yeah.
I debate between him and stinking A.T. Perry, but
Yeah. I love Michael Wilson. I think he's one of my favorite receiver prospects in this class. Great size. He reminded me of Michael Pittman a little bit on the Colts. I like that.
oh, he
Better route
wish he
runner.
had the I was gonna say he wish he had the contested catch ability that Pittman
Yeah.
had. Pittman was like godly though.
Yeah. I love that pick for the Bears, actually. 62, the Eagles. You lost CJ Gardner Johnson. You brought in Terrell Edmonds. I don't know that he's a long-term solution there. I believe he's only on a one-year deal.
As he
Uh,
should be.
I like Sidney Brown here. I think Sidney Brown is going to slide into one of the first 2 rounds. I like his fit with Philly, what they want to do defensively. He's been had a great pro day, or had a good Senior Bowl, excuse me. Solid combine. I think he fits here at 62.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, now I'm looking defensive line. It's kind of where my head's at for the Chiefs. They got Anton Harrison. That was me. Good pick by me. I would have loved Sam Laporta here, but obviously off the board. Let's see. I don't think we're not looking at anything good on the defensive interior. Like Carl Brooks is fun, but maybe I'd rather go with the edge prospects that are currently on the board. I will do a quick look at receiver. Nathaniel Dell's fun. I'll say that he's fun, but I don't think he's the pick. And I'm gonna just take a quick gander. Like Nick Herbig, I kind of consider, but they went Leo Chanel. I don't think they're gonna go Wisconsin again.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Derek Hall out of Auburn. I feel like he's a guy that they were doing this a lot with Willie Gay last year, where they would put him at like a Y9 and have him get after it. And I mean, Derek Hall is a guy that you can just do that consistently with. That way you can keep Willie Gay out in coverage. He's just freaky range. So yeah, let's go with Derek Hall. I feel like that's the best move right now.
I like that one. And then with my last pick here, the Bears again took Michael Wilson. I'm going to go with some help on the offensive line. I think I'm going to take Blake Freeland out of BYU.
Hey.
Guy who had a really good combine, good just kind of been flying up boards. I think there's a real shot he could go inside the first 2 rounds. And I like the Bears as a fit there for him. So there you guys have it. 2-round mock draft, me and Bro Schmo. I had a ton of fun doing this. I absolutely loved it. I'll leave his links down in the description below. You guys can go check him out. That's going to do it for me in this one. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, leave a comment. Let me know which picks you guys agreed with, disagreed with. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.